All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, so it's Monday today, 19th of January, and we actually going with the updates, with the details about the migration, because as you know, right now we at the process of the migration from the V1 to the V2, and actually we decide to provide exactly the details, the difference, yeah, the V1 to the V2, because many guys requested, and Jake is not gonna join today us, yeah, unfortunately, because he works really hard to be done on the migration process, to make everything done correctly. And on the next week, we will gonna be launch it. So I don't have exactly the timeline about the date when it's gonna be Wednesday or Friday or Tuesday, but on this Wednesday, yeah, he will gonna do his own Zoom and he will gonna provide exactly the day when on the next week we're gonna be launch it on the V2. Yeah, and of course I just prepared something for you to explain the difference, so we can go through that and can speak a little bit about that. So why we go into the V2, why it's important, and of course you can understand the difference, because right now, yeah, on the V1 version, it's also okay, yeah, this V1 version, but we can't scale from that, so we can't grow from that, and that's why we just must to make it faster, to bring the traders, to bring the new liquidity providers, because we have the different group of traders who want to join right now, but without this migration they don't want to do that. So you can see right here, I just prepared some technical stuff from the documents, yeah, so the migration TMX V1 to the V2, and of course when we started, so we started at the V1, yeah, so this website, it's look like this, yeah, so it's actually GMX, but here's our website, and it's the fundamental stuff, from which one we created this and from which one we launched this, yeah, so it's the perpetual trading, where you can connect your wallet and where you actually can start to trade. Yeah, so you can see right here is basically the single asset exposure mechanism, yeah, with the limited risk management tools, and of course with the one liquidity providing pool. So what we have, guys, what kind of the key characters in this TMX we want? So it's the single liquidity pool structure, that what we have right now. So as you remember that we joined the TLP pool, we also have the promo for that. So and everyone put the money, the USDT actually, and because of the USDT you receive the TLP tokens, which provide your share inside the pool. Yeah, so and all of us, we just joined the same pool, that what we have, and the TMX we won. Yeah, so also the limited asset isolation. So right here it's basically it's not possible to isolate one market from another with that, because everything is combined together. And of course also the basic fee distribution model, so we receive the fees from the same pool. Manual liquidity management, with that, guys, basically right now, if we, let's say we need to change something with the leverage, if we just need to do something with that pool, so we must to go for the developers, and they should do this manually. And in this way it's not going to be the DeFi project, yeah, because in the DeFi projects means that everything is decentralized, and only you interact with the website, with your wallet, and nobody have access to that. So we of course must improve that. And the restriction of the trading, yeah, so restriction scalability of the high volume trading, it's not possible to bring the lot of the traders. Also again, because of the one pool, which we use right now for the liquidity and all of that markets. And I will gonna show you basically what that means exactly on the example. So, and we're gonna speak about the limitation. So you can see here is our website, it's still on the V1. Yeah, so it's the first version. So first version. So we have the trading, trade button, launch button, we have the earn, we have the buy, referrals, leaders boards, ecosystem. Yeah, so we are just using the source code of the GMX website, gmx.io. So and of course we're gonna be look like them, because we are just do exactly everything like them, and we're gonna be look like them. But for now, what we don't have, what we see, you can see here, guys, what we have here, and what we just also have right here. So we don't have this main button, which is called it pools. And I think it's one of the most important upgrade and the difference what we have between the version 1 and between the version 2, because the liquidity pools, it's mean that all the markets gonna be separate. Yeah, so you can see, for example, the Ethereum like pair, Ethereum market use their own liquidity pool. The same with the Bitcoin, it used their own liquidity pool. Like the same with the Solana, like Sui and all of that. So like we have on the version V1 only the one pool. Yeah, like, and when like from all of this one pool, we have all of these limitations that traders, like for example, if someone he trade Bitcoin, yeah, like, and he just have the really great stuff with that, so maybe he, like, use most of the liquidity. So other traders who, let's say, trade Ethereum or they trade Solana, they can't use that liquidity because all of that is the same pool. And for the migration stuff at the V2 version, we definitely separate that. So like we're gonna separate that. And what we have, like, and at the V1, what kind of delimitation. So like you can see what we have right now and what's going to be already next week. So for today, of course, right now is basically we have some locked stuff about the liquidity, also the locked stuff for the TMX because of the upgrade. But actually right here, the first of all, of course, is the capital inefficiency during the volatility. Because when we on the V1 version, so we have the like high volatile, for example, market. And it's really hard to trade because, when the market is falling or when the market is rising. So like even some big exchanges, like if you remember, like 2 months ago was the market drop and like even the Binance was stuck. So like many people just like lost the money because of that. And like, I don't know why, but Binance is the most important exchange. And in the same time, like people trying to move to another exchanges where all of that stuff works better for the trading. So like that's basically the first limitation. So like also what we have is the higher system risk due to shared liquidity. So like the shared liquidity in the one pool also providing the risk, because as already like I said, if one of the person he just like do something, one of the trader, yeah, let's say, or maybe like few of the traders, they trade in the one pair, in the one market. So anyway, they use liquidity, which also works for the Ethereum, which also works for the Solana. And it's also like going with the risks because like those people, maybe they just need to pay more fees, or like maybe liquidity for there is going to be not enough, and this provided limitations. Limitations is going to be in the flexibility for the new markets, because with that pool which we have for now at the V1, we can't bring new tokens. We can't, for example, provide SUI because like SUI gonna be high volatility token. And actually, like when I just start to trade, I was start to trade with the SUI. Like I made some good money, but after that I lost everything with that SUI and basically going like minus 90% of all of my liquidity, which I was trade for that. And for example, yeah, so like one trader, like group of traders, they trade just SUI, and that affect everyone. That affect and Bitcoin traders, that affect and also Ethereum guys, like who just work with the Ethereum and so on and so on. So like that's what we have. Also, like you can see, basically here's like reduced performance during the peak trading periods. Yeah, so like it also when everything is rising, it's in the same time like it's gonna be hard to trade. And the inability to introduce in one short features safety. Like right now we have that one engine. Which is hard to improve because it's like created as a basic stuff for the DEX. Yeah, but without this upgrade we can't add new features right there. Yeah, so like it's just basically not will gonna work. It's not created for that to be upgraded and to be added something, because as Jake provided, we like in the future want to add some casino or maybe some another stuff. So without this upgrade it's gonna be not possible because it's not created for that. It's some basic stuff without which one is not possible to launch the DEX. But in the same time, yeah, so like we just need to make an upgrade to bring like more traders, to bring the liquidity providers, and like those guys can be confident that it's going to be more secured, it's going to be more easy to trade, and that's going to be really cool to work exactly with our DEX. So like at the V2, yeah, so guys, you can see basically at the V2 what we're going to have. We're going to have the upgrade, yeah, which is going to be enable TMX to support more traders, more assets, and of course more advanced strategies without compromising security. And of course the most important feature and the most of the important upgrade and different is the multiple liquidity design. Yeah, so like we're gonna have the multipools. So right now as I already like mentioned a few times, we have the one pool for the all markets, for the all assets. You can call it like you want, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it is. Once we're going to be migrated, and like that's going to be done the next week, so each market will going to have their own pool. Yeah, so like for the Bitcoin, we're going to have our own liquidity, like, pool. And those guys, basically, maybe you just want to be exactly at the Bitcoin. You don't want to put your money in the liquidity maybe for the Solana or maybe for some high volatility tokens. So you can just basically be only on the Bitcoin and just make the fees from that, like make the commissions from that. Because for now, like all of those guys who like just at the V1, like, I'm just not talking about the new members after the migration. So that's gonna be divided separately for the Bitcoin, for the Ethereum, and for the Solana. So like just in the equivalent, I think like Jake said something for like 60 for the Bitcoin, 60% for the Bitcoin, 30% for the Ethereum, and 10% for the Solana at the V1. So like at the V2 is going to be exactly the same. But you can, let's say, pull your liquidity from the Solana and pull your liquidity from the Ethereum and put all of that into Bitcoin. And you're going to be just in the Bitcoin pool. So like that will going to work that way. Plus isolated market risk management. Yeah, because right now, let's say also about the leverage, also about all of that stuff. So it's created for the each market, like the same, for everything is the same, everything combined together, everything is the same. And like on the V2 is going to be separated. Yeah, so like that's going to be the really cool, because it's possible to adjust, it's possible to like set for the each pool, and it's going to be much more easier to work. And the improved Oracle integration, so like that means, guys, that like displaying of the price on the DEX, like Oracle integration, it's actually the prices which we can see on the DEX. Yeah, so like for example, the price for the Ethereum right now is like 3,213, and we have only like one system who connected to the coin market cap, to the markets, and just like provided that. But at the V2 version, we have like multiply of that mechanism who will gonna get the prices. Yeah, like and that's gonna be exactly how it is right now on the market, without like just like exact to the sense, like without any mistakes. And that's the pretty cool, because it's gonna be like double check, triple check, so we can just work with that. And of course, like enhanced smart contract efficiency. Yeah, so like it's gonna be easy to upgrade the website. So like just add something right there, some new features, some new add-ons. So like it's something like a system, like a Lego, like which the kids is playing. So like you easily can remove one part and add another. So it's going to be working that way. And of course, like the for the hackers, it's going to be really hard to like do something with that, because for the each pair we have our own pool. For like each token we have our own pool, and even for the long and for the shorts is going to be the own pool for the liquidity. Yeah, so let's say that people who just working with longs, they use only the one pool for the liquidity. That people who like work with the shorts, there's another pool for the liquidity. And the liquidity model improvements, that's exactly basically that how that will gonna work, like with all of these separations. So that's gonna be the really cool stuff, guys. Yeah, so like I'm not gonna go really deep in this technical stuff, but you understand the major stuff what we have. Yeah, like the difference between the V1 and the V2. Yeah, like that right now we have all of this with the one pool. Yeah, like one pool of the liquidity, and on the V2 we're gonna have the separated pools. Plus like much more security. Yeah, like for the traders, so like they will not gonna be basically afraid that something can go wrong. So like much improvement stuff for the website, like itself, because we can improve, we can add something, and like all the system gonna be upgraded. Yeah, so like that's what we have right here. So like definitely, yeah, like guys, Jake will gonna provide some like more incredible details how that will gonna work, because like he in touch direct with the devs, and that's gonna be really cool to check. And plus also he works on the listing on the new exchange, and that exchange will gonna work for the United States market. Yeah, so like it's called BINGX, and the BINGX have like two different websites. Yeah, so I already checked it, and unfortunately, like the global website is not like provided to the United States market, but another one. Yeah, so like BINGX US, there is the place where you actually can make the registration, and once it's going to be confirmed that we're going to be listed right there, it's going to be really cool that United States members can buy the tokens, our TMX token, on the centralized exchange, because like we just talked with the guys before we start that like for the many people it's better to use centralized exchange, because when you're on the centralized exchange, anyway you are protected. Yeah, so like you're protected with everything right there. And if you want to make the withdrawal, yeah, so like you must to confirm that with the SMS code, you must to confirm that with the Google Authenticator, you must to confirm that with the password which is going to your email. So like there is a lot of the steps to make that withdrawal, and only one basically important and maybe like not really good stuff, that this exchange can block you if something will gonna go wrong. So centralization, it's okay for the security like for the members, but in the same time it's hard, yeah, because of all of these new rules with the systems, with the new regulation. So like just working that way. And of course guys, once we're gonna be on the V2, price of the TMX token definitely gonna grow. So like right now is the really great stuff to buy it, you know, like it's really great time to buy it. Can you share the documents? Yeah, guys, I can share the documents that I prepared so you can check it. I will gonna upload to our group on the Telegram, and I just checking also the question. So like, and then of course like Brian also can add like his part. So be new to this kind of the businesses, they're going to the be continue updates, meaning we are going from V1 to V2. Will be the V4. No, it's not going to be V4, guys. It's just like, you know, V2 and that's it. Yeah, so like on the V2 we can do all of these upgrades and we can just adapt anything what we want. So yeah, like, you know, just that way. I see like Brian and Nicholas answered most of the questions. So yeah, guys, we're excited about that, waiting for the new traders to just join us. And of course, with these separate pools, we have like big China team who like ready to join, but like they are not joining because like they're waiting for this upgrade. And a lot of the other guys who of course want to be in the DeFi space. Yeah, Brian, so like you can just add something to
Yeah.
this.
No, it's good stuff. So I'm excited. Jake will be on Wednesday. Nicholas is doing a great job answering those questions. Right now, to me, when Jake pumps the liquidity back in and the market maker, everything, like hopefully we got a couple days where we can buy some more TMX, but it's $8. Like this could double literally in 2 days. And so that's where I'm trying to help people get some TMX tokens constantly. It's been a little hard on MEXC to purchase, just to let you know, but you can do it, But besides that, I mean, I don't see it dropping below 8. Just looking at it, if it does, there's tons of buy orders I see, and there's very little sell orders up above. So I'm almost just seeing it going up or just kind of staying where it is. I mean, we could literally rocket right past $15, no problem. So that's kind of what, my thing is the token. Like, obviously, we're going to be back next week, the last week of the month, like Jake said. Everything will resume normal, we'll be able to stake, and everything's back going. We're on the version 2. There won't be 99 versions, I'm just playing in the chat as Larry. But, with that, I mean, we'll have a fully functional system that has the capabilities to add anything to it. Because, like, as TMX owners, holders, we have that governance right where we can help make, basically vote on what we want done to the exchange. And obviously, it's all going to be there. And to have the separate liquidity pools, that's huge. That just makes it harder for people to try to steal anything, which is really good. I mean, so yeah, I mean, my thing is try to get some more TMX tokens if you can. Just don't buy them on Uniswap because the liquidity is not there. Just try to get them through anybody that can use MEXC. That's what that's what I'm helping people do when I buy on MEXC. But besides that, just keep claiming, holding them in your wallet, and ready to stake them. I've been playing around. I played around with that vault that's back there, right before I added some to the vault. Remember, when you move them to the vault, you have to have a certain amount of TMX tokens staked up above too. So we were playing with that. Actually, I was talking to Colby about that, my buddy on here, and so just messing around. But really excited for everything that's happening. This is going to be a really cool ending of the month. February is going to be fantastic. Like, couldn't ask for a better launch of the year. Just watching the markets too. I don't know if we're going above 95 or if we're going to go down to 82. I mean, back to 87 and Bitcoin wise. So you never know. With just wait for Trump to say something stupid or say something good on social media. That's just kind of how he works. And from there, more money will pump in the market going into February. It's a really good time to launch the exchange because those, I mean, you're stuck in Europe. like Tim and those guys, every transaction they do, they're getting reported, So doing transactions on in their wallets and trading inside of GMX or TMX, that's 100% the way to go. You know, I I'm just so excited that there's just you guys are having all those problems over there, Tim. You know what I mean? So that way everybody will use the decentralized exchanges. So we'll see tons of money flowing into decentralized exchanges. And we'll have a major update from Jake this week. I know he's meeting with all types of investors and people that might want to buy a bunch of tokens, working with the developers. Poor guy better stay healthy. So besides that, appreciate everybody and thanks, Nicholas, answering all the questions in there as
Yeah,
well. But
thanks,
that's what I
Brian. Yeah, 100%. Also, like I know many people ask us about the Uniswap, like once that gonna becomes back. So guys, it's definitely gonna becomes back, like liquidity gonna be added there. And like just it's right now locked because of that like compromised wallet from our one of our members. Yeah, so like his wallet was unfortunately compromised. So
yeah.
like that. And so like a lot of the tokens just basically been sold. And I know it's not some good stuff basically for all of us because the price been dropped, but exactly for that member because he lost a lot of these tokens. And I don't know, like we all the time trying to explain to you guys, like if you just work with the TMX, so like work with one wallet, like do not connect that wallet to like some another websites because like if you make it secure and safe, so like nothing will gonna happen. But just like make sure that you do not click some links, which is like maybe somebody send it to you, or maybe like somebody reach out to you as Brian or like as me or like as David, because there's a lot of the fake accounts. So like we never reach out people first. Yeah, so like we never message people first. So like all the time if you need some help, so like you can just reach out, you can just find in the group, okay, so like that's the person with the admin mark. I can just like message him like Brian, David, Tim, Nicholas. So like basically we can answer that. But like it's the really important to have the one wallet. I think all of the guys who like with us from the day one, so like that. But in the same time, many new people, yeah, who are gonna use the exchange, guys, like make sure that you have one wallet, like for the TMX, and like you do not connect it somewhere. Also, like do not save your seed phrase in the phone. Do not save your seed phrase on your computer because maybe like you can just for the some reason like somebody can see that or somebody can stole it, or maybe it's going to be the virus. I know like some people they save this in the like email, which is like not good because after that email was basically hacked and like all the information taken from there, and also like wallet being compromised. So like it's really important to get some paper, yeah, so like some notepad, just like if you create in the new wallet, so like just write down all of that 12 word seed phrase and like make it in some safe place and do not show this to nobody. So that's gonna be good. Yeah, like and once we're gonna back with the Uniswap, so like the price definitely will gonna grow because I know most of the guys want to buy on the Uniswap, and because of this restriction for the United States markets. But with this new exchange, I think it's gonna be like much easier to do that. Yeah, so like more exchanges, like more assets, and like with this V2 we can bring more people. Yeah, so like we can bring more traders, more liquidity, like that people who want to provide the liquidity. Because even right now at V1, so most of the guys like with which one we talk about the liquidity providers, they said like okay, but like when you're gonna separate that because there is like liquidity for all the assets for all the markets. Like we don't want to do that. Like we want to like provide exactly for the Bitcoin. Yeah, and let's say some people maybe want to provide liquidity especially for SUI. Yeah, because the traders and like for the DEX, for the exchanges is great when the traders is loose. Yeah, like it's not great for the traders, but all the liquidity providers they like benefit from that. And let's say if some traders they work with the like me, yeah, like with SUI, who most of the time losing the money. So like all the liquidity providers they benefit from that and they make the really great commissions. So maybe you don't want to provide liquidity for the Bitcoin, maybe you want to provide liquidity special for SUI or maybe for the Solana, and like you can choose how you want to do that. Maybe 30% for the Bitcoin, like 50% for the Ethereum, 10% for the Solana. So like you can do this like from your side, and I think that's the pretty awesome that what is coming, like really soon on the next week. So yeah, like Brian said, the Wednesday Jake will gonna provide all that timelines. So like when next week we're gonna be launch it, but he already confirmed that 100% is gonna be next week. It's like last week of the January, and we like can start to work like with all of these great options, and definitely our token price gonna start to rise. So like if you really like, I'm not sure like most of the guys can't buy right now, but MEXC, I think, and BINGX is open. So like on the MEXC, Brian can help you to buy. Yeah, Brian, you can help the guys to buy.
Yeah, I can help. Yeah. Yeah, but it's open. You can purchase on those. But yeah, that's what I got. I'm just watching the market all the time, just preparing, waiting, and I'm doing Zooms at night, educating people on TMX exchange as well. So, from there, see you guys on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, that's what we have for today, guys. Like some short update, but like with the understanding what we are doing, what's going on right now in the background. And yeah, so like once the DEX is launched, so everybody can like do that. Also the affiliate program. So like right now, the affiliate program, like as you remember, like at what we showed, it's only one level. So maybe that one is gonna be improved. I'm not really sure because it's really hard. Yeah, like to improve for the more levels, but Jake will gonna provide for us some stuff which is possible to do and how much money is possible to make. Yeah, so thanks everyone. Thanks guys. So it's gonna be the productive week for the TMX, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks, Brian.
Bye, everybody.